My name is Beth Wilson. I am the UUP chapter, New Paltz chapter president here, and I'm also a lecturer in art history. Okay, so as a previous speaker mentioned, SUNY New Paltz is the single largest employer in Ulster County. Education done right is a very labor-intensive undertaking. I think there's a reason for us being the largest employer. Our work here involves training new teachers, artists, scientists, business people, and more, all of whom go on to contribute to our county, our region, and our state. The more time students have to spend with their teachers in this labor-intensive enterprise, the richer and more impactful their education will be. Currently, New Paltz's student-to-teacher ratio is 16:1. When just a few years ago, it was 13:1. We desperately need additional resources from the state if we are to close that gap and improve upon it. Right now, due to years of austerity budgets, we have nearly as many part-time adjuncts teaching as we do full-time tenured or tenure-track professors. While they're dedicated professionals, many of these part-time teachers make only $3,250 per 3-credit course, which means they must cobble together a living by teaching at multiple institutions and or pursuing other part-time work. This can make it very difficult for these adjunct instructors to have time to spend on campus with their students. The picture is not terrific for our tenured and tenure-track colleagues either. Starting salary for an assistant professor in most departments at New Paltz is currently $62,000 or $63,000 per year. And this is for people who are often fresh out of grad school with 6-digit student debt. These salaries are, according to this data from the Chronicle of Higher Education, around 20% below the median salary of comparable 4-year comprehensive public institutions across the country, which makes it very difficult for us to recruit and harder yet to retain the teachers who are at the beating heart of our educational mission. This difficulty is compounded by the fact that since the pandemic, Ulster County has seen the highest spike in real estate prices of any county in the country. According to the Ulster County Board of Realtors, from May of 2021 to May of 2022, the average selling price of a single-family home here increased by 30%. Making it nearly impossible for the new starting level employees to even think about purchasing a home in the area, and the rental market has seen even more vicious increases of late. Years of flat dollar austerity budgets for SUNY have meant that the state support for our campus has dwindled rapidly. Prior to the financial crash of 2008, the state subsidy for campus operations was around 70%. Today, it's closer to 25%. That difference has been made up by a combination of increased tuition and fees on our students who are carrying ever greater student debt burdens themselves as they graduate. And even with that, we have seen in recent years a running structural deficit in our operational budget. In the current academic year, they're projecting between $10 and $10.5 million of deficit here. In the most recent state budget, the efforts of UUP and other friends of public higher education resulted in a modest increase in funding for the system. It was a good start, but not nearly enough to maintain the long-term health and vitality and viability of our campus. We call on Governor Hochul and the state legislature to build on this start and to put the public back in public higher education once again.